SFL Week 2 wraps up here in the City of Angels, home of the Los Angeles Lycans, as they bring over the Gladiators from the gateway city of St. Louis. Here on the SFL Twitch page, I'm Jack Brown alongside Mark Lopez, and we're here to bring you coverage of what should be an intense closer to Week 2 action. The LA Lycans coming in with heavy hearts, playing in honor of tight end Elsie Pryor's father, who passed away earlier this week, and coming out with hopefully a new look offense. Mark, what is going to be the keys for Los Angeles coming in with so much on their mind and to come out and beat this St. Louis Gladiators team?
I think, Jack, a lot of the keys to their offense would be looking at the last game, seeing how they could have improved on that, and maybe make some switches, some changes in their playbook. This game, definitely, they were exploited a lot last week, so I'm sure they've done their homework this week, made some minor adjustments here and there. I wouldn't put it past them to go with what they are still strong with, and maybe come away and sneak a win for themselves.
Meanwhile, for St. Louis, they came out after a win last week and are looking to improve to 2-0. And, you know, if there's any opportunity, it does look to be over the Lycans, who last week obviously had a pretty tough loss.
Oh, yeah.
Lycans also this week coming out in some almost LA Rams-inspired uniforms. That's going to be fun for them. St. Louis coming out in the silver and green. We're just moments away from kickoff here in the City of Angels. This is the SFL on Twitch. And it looks to be that the Lycans are going to receive the kickoff here. St. Louis getting set to kick it away from Taz von Vilsfinkel. And we are underway from Southern California. Kick is taken at about the 15-yard line. LA taking it past the 30. Nice job on the return to the 31-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Lycans. Sully Richardson coming out under center. If he has just 88 yards today, he'll be surpassing 13,000 career passing yards. Handoff right up the middle to Robert Johnson, and Robert Johnson gains 6 on the play, and already the team is looking, just from one play, you can feel a difference in this team.
Absolutely, Jack, and it seems like this is a good start to their game. Actually, last week, only 6 attempts for Robert Johnson on the carry. This time, starting off strong with him. That's a good, solid 6 yard.
2nd and 4. Deep drop from Sully Richardson. Throws down on the flat. Nice catch inbounds. First down and a heck of a lot more. All the way down to the 33-yard line of St. Louis. And if there was any doubt that this team is coming out flying, it's right there. Tommy Rahman, the fullback.
Oh, my
big
goodness.
Catch and big gain.
Tommy Rahman, we've seen him last week being heavily handed the ball and those kind of short passes. And this one, he makes extra running yards and picks up a huge gain.
Handoff up the middle to Robert Johnson. Not going to gain anything, not going to really lose anything. 2nd and 9. St. Louis's defense with a big stop right there in the heart. Tackle made by number 2, Mark Gronick.
Yeah, good tackling right there. Just filling up the gaps really quickly. Still Robert Johnson, 2nd attempt. Last week he had only averaged 0.9 yards per game. We'll see if he can improve on that this week. There's a good opportunity for him.
2nd and 9, empty backfield look for Sully Richardson. Snaps a bit high. He's got a lot of time to throw. Throws deep towards the corner. That one's going to be caught in bounds. LA is already up to the 9-yard line. Catch made by number 88, Chris Lee.
Wow. Sully already throwing, trying to make those highlight plays. Not afraid of any interceptions, although I guess it's the wrong term to say not afraid of interceptions, but really trusting in his teammates to make the play.
Another handoff up the middle to Robert Johnson. Not really going to go anywhere. Looks to be a little off-tackle sort of action. Gain of, they're going to say 1 or 2 on the play. Second down and goal. Ball on the 7, split back shotgun look for the Lycans. Sully stands right up, throws over to the end zone, caught. Oh my goodness, what a grab! Touchdown, LA Lycans. Jack Flash with the grab.
Off balance, I think off of 1 foot, he makes a huge catch for the first score of LA. Already 7-0, and it's not more than 3 minutes in the game so far.
Already, the Lycans. If there was any doubt before, they had made some pretty big changes to their team. I mean, hey, 1 touchdown for 1 drive. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's solid. That's also just incredible game calling, probing the waters, involving the run play early, mixing things up, giving the defense a lot of look, and that's how they made their way in. Also, a lot of trust, a lot of just converting on tough plays, and you convert on tough plays, you convert on a drive.
Those are the plays that you need to make. And LA already up 7-0, probably shocking the St. Louis coaching staff that they had already equaled the amount of touchdowns they had all last week. Kick is away, and it's a long bomber right towards the goal line, and he falls over, barely gets up in time. There's a penalty on the play. I don't think I've ever seen that before. A kickoff so powerful it knocks you over.
He put a lot of spin in that ball, Jack.
Yeah, and it's going to be against the Gladiators, too. Holding, that just made the whole thing worse. And that's going to be on Colin Northrup.
Some special team shenanigans going on right now. I mean, what a kick that was. I wonder, there must have been some extra mustard put on that kick for the receiver to just fall on his feet. Wow. Well, tough luck for St. Louis. They're going to start at the 5-yard line.
Well, St. Louis pinned at their own 5. They can't afford to lose much more. They're going to hand it off, another off-tackle play. Flag on it, too. It might be a bit of a free play for the Gladiators. This is right at the start. Cairo Martinez, the handoff. And that looked like to be Rachel Colson on the tackle. And it's going to be holding on the Gladiators.
Oh, no.
I can't think of a worse start to an offensive possession than penalties on both the kick return and the first play from scrimmage.
No, it is not. And it is not good that it's happening at the very beginning of your game. It's going to drive momentum, it's going to drive spirits down. Let's see how St. Louis tries to climb back up, claw their way out of this rut.
So now ball's on their own 3. They really can't afford to lose any yards now. Hand off to Cairo Martinez. Cairo Martinez finds a hole but gets laid out at the 9-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play. And the tackle there looked to be made by number 42, Thomas Rahman Jr. Looking almost like those old LA Rams teams of the 70s. I mean, hey, their uniforms certainly look like it.
Yes, sir.
Handoff up the middle to Cairo Martinez, and Cairo Martinez getting the first down, and a few more to just for show.
And you don't see it, but I have my hands on my head because Cairo Martinez really strong running early on this game. You know, their very first play ended in a penalty, but even looking outside of the penalty, he was able to snatch 2 yards instead of being tackled in the backfield. The next 2 plays, he gets around 5 yards, around 6 yards in this play. Ooh, what incredible running early on.
1st and 10, balls on their own 18 now for the Gladiators. Snaps right where it needs to be, throws, sidearmed, and Christian Brown taking some risks. And it did pay off, though, for the Gladiators. Catch made by Paul Dillevue, the wide receiver.
Yeah, good sort of decision-making on that one. Settles for 5 yards. Second and very manageable. So lots more opportunities to convert on this drive.
Another quick stand-up and throw for... and that's going to kick off for Christian Brown! And that interception is going to send it the other way. Ryan Yosef picking it off for the Lycans. And, you know, last week may have been a disaster for Los Angeles, but this week, I can't think of a better start, honestly.
I mean, Jack, this must have been a case where Los Angeles used up all their bad luck in week 1 and now have all their good luck coming to them.
Couldn't agree with you more. Everything in life is balanced after all. 1st and 10, balls on the 24-yard line for the Lycans. Snaps right where it needs to be for Sully Richardson. Richardson goes down with the sack. I guess not everything can be perfect as they lose 8.
No, not everything, but you know what is great though is that incredible sack right there. St. Louis still has their, they have their defense still on point. They're not going to allow any further progress for this LA offense.
2nd and 18s. Quick little stand up and throw for Richardson to the sideline. Nice way to get it up to the 25. Makes it 3rd and 11. Catch made by Davies Reed.
Yeah, and unless they pull up another huge passing play, this might end up in a punt for them. Although we saw from LA, their first drive, they threw for 2 tough passes and they were able to collect the ball, which is the opposite of what happened with St. Louis, where the tough catch ended in an interception. So you still never know. Still early game. I'm interested in seeing an incredible play happen once again.
They're also well within the range of their kicker, Rob Ems, contracted kicker for the LA Lycans. Deep drop for Sully Richardson, moving around the pocket. Can't find enough time. He's going to go down for a sack. 4th and 14. 2 sacks on 3 plays for the St. Louis defensive line.
I mean, he had some time early on in that play, but the pressure just collapsed on him and suffocated that play. 2 sacks, 1 sack, or sacks from both teams. Very good defensive pressure.
Fortunately for LA, though, they do have Rob Ems to try for the field goal. Long hold, kick is on its way, and it is through for 3. 10-0 for the Lycans. And already we're about halfway through the first quarter, and they've already equaled the amount of points they had all last week.
Right, but at this point, Jack, you look at that previous week, 10-57, it almost feels like an off-season or a preseason game for LA. They've taken it out of their minds. They want to make this, a start of a good season, and looks like a start of a good season it's looking to be.
That it is. Mark kick is away. And it's going to be taken at the goal line again, actually in the end zone. Taken out, and the fumble!
Oh, who's going to get it?
Oh my.
Are you kidding?
I think that if anyone on the Lycans has bought a lottery ticket as of late, they should check their numbers again. Because with all this luck, they might have just won it.
Oh my, I am, yeah, I have no words.
Rachel Colston on the recovery. And for the second straight drive, they start within St. Louis's 30.
Terrible.
Hand off to Robert Johnson right up the middle. It's going to be a gain of 3, and they're in the red zone once more.
Yeah, and here come LA once again. They're gonna make use of this great opportunity to score once again. They are really close. They are again in field goal position, and that's the result of a previous play, an interception, and this one just special teams. Good job from the special teams giving their offense another shot.
2nd and 7. They come out of the offset eye. It's going to be another little misdirection handoff. As I think that's not Robert Johnson. Yes, it is Robert Johnson. I keep thinking it's Tommy Rahman, but that's going to be a gain of, look to be about 4 on the play. 3rd and 3. And this Lycans offense is just cooking right now.
Yeah, Robert Johnson, despite we saw a couple attempts where it was 0 yards, 1 yard. Here he has 16 yards in 5 attempts, good for 3 yards per carry. A huge upgrade from last week.
Low snap for Sully Richardson. Throws deep to the end zone. Back in the end zone. That's going to be a touchdown. They say that he got a foot in bounds, and Chris Lee, he'll take it. It's already 16-0 LA.
Oh, we'll see if that doesn't get flagged by the opposing coach, because that looked very close to the edge. This better angle right here. Ooh, Jack, I don't know.
I think I saw a foot get planted inbounds by Chris Lee. It does seem, though, that the Gladiators are not going to challenge it. Interesting call.
Interesting indeed, because it's still early in the game where you can afford to burn a timeout, especially in the first half. So still, I guess they're really confident in coming out with their offense and scoring away on their end.
Kick is through for another point, 17-0. And we're only about 7 minutes into this game, folks. The Lycans, after being blown out 57-10 last week, have just completely flipped the script, and they're already up 17-0.
Yeah, and that's the bad news for St. Louis. The good news for St. Louis, it's only been 7 minutes. They still have 3 quarters and 3 minutes to, come back with more points of their own as well. They just got to be tight on defense, be tight on their offense, and not make any mishaps happen, like the fumble and interception.
Not gonna lie, I did pause for a moment as Eagle Mondavi came out with that kick return that maybe they were gonna fumble it again, but no. 1st and 10 for Christian Brown and company, who just have not had a lot of time out on the field.
Yeah, so perhaps they're fresh for this drive.
Maybe. 1st and 10, ball's on their own 18, gonna hand off to Cairo Martinez up the middle, and he gets stopped before it even really got started. 2nd down and 10 for the Gladiators.
I believe that was number 93, Danny Stinson, and the tackle, and good tackling right there. Great stop against Cairo Martinez, who has 13 yards and 3 attempts. That was a good, solid first drive for him, so they want to stop him as much as they can.
Handoff up the middle to Cairo Martinez again, and it's going to be a nice gain of about 3 or 4 yards. The one bright spot that St. Louis can really hang their hats on so far is Cairo Martinez, 17 yards on 4 attempts through this game. For an early game running back, that's not that bad.
Oh yeah, and it definitely doesn't show on the stat sheet. That's because they didn't get that much touches either. Looks like he has a solid start.
Play action, and that's going to be picked up, and it's going to be a 4th score for the Lycans. In just 1 quarter, they put up 23 points already. Rachel Colston, one of the core members of this. I don't even know how to describe it so far, Mark.
Oh my goodness. Jack, I'm giving St. Louis the benefit of the doubt, saying that they still have 3 quarters, but LA just putting all doubt to rest that they are going to come away with the huge victory in this one. Oh boy, 0-23, St. Louis. What will you do?
That's the question that we're all asking ourselves. Snaps a bit low, but the kick is away, and it's going to be through. 24-0, and we haven't even played 10 minutes of football here, folks. The SFL on Twitch is what you're watching right now, and it's the Lycans. Last week, blown out. This week, well, they're blowing out St. Louis so far. Kick is away. Going to be fielded once again at the goal line, taking a pass to 10, 15, up to the 21-yard line for the Gladiators. And the question now becomes, I think it's kind of obvious, really. You kind of just have to ignore the scoreboard at this point. Just pretend it's 0-0, and hopefully that can clear up some headspace for Christian Brown.
Absolutely. I think just he has 2 attempts. Sorry, 1 attempt, 2 interceptions. 2 attempts, 2 interceptions,
and well, they got desperate down the field. Oh my goodness! Is he gonna go over the end zone? No, not quite. Down to the 11, and Christian Brown just looking for something, and he finds Paul Dillevue.
What? Oh, okay. All right. Well, looks like St. Louis is back in the game. They have finally checked in, and they're here to say we're gonna start scoring.
Yeah, they're 2 hours ahead, so they weren't able to really get with the game. They thought it was a few hours later. But
Right,
now that
right.
they finally checked in, I mean, hey, welcome St. Louis down to the 11.
That's a start. That's gonna answer a question of what they're gonna do.
And now let's see what they can do with it. Give me a little play action from Christian Brown. Throws to the end zone. Oh, no, the pick.
Oh,
Another pick for Christian
oh,
Brown.
oh my. Jack, I'm at a loss of words. It we're okay. So we're gonna say that St. Louis is down on their luck, but I've got to give credit to this LA defense. They just did their homework and more for this game. Like last game, last game must have been so much of a motivational thing for them that this game they're just killing it.
It clearly awakens some deep primal rage in these Lycans. It's a full moon out tonight, and they are taking advantage of it. Throws down the side. Gain of 3 on the play on the throw to Robert Johnson.
All right, now it'll be up to St. Louis if their defense. They haven't stopped the scoring from LA, but that's because 2 or 3 drives in a row they've started in such a good position. But this time now they're back in their 23-yard line. What can St. Louis's defense pull out?
Handoff up the middle to Robert Johnson. Gonna lose a yard.
Ooh.
And it does feel like the St. Louis defense, at least the defensive ends, have really started to key in because, I mean, hey, they've had so much time out there that it allows Tom Tanner to get his first tackle of the game. Third down and 8 for the Lycans. Short drop for Sully Richardson. Throws in the flat. Caught. That's going to be a first down.
Ooh.
And a yard or 2 on top of it. Catch made by number 87, Warren Jr.
Yeah, that's just good play calling and good vision by the quarterback, and able to convert on that drive. That's the kind of solid playmaking that we have seen throughout this game. And this is the first time this season they've done this so far. So they're just gonna drive down and look at this.
It's another nice little run. Gain of 5 from Robert Johnson, who himself is having a pretty good game so far.
Pretty good, Jack. Absolutely. Just he's being used in this running game 7 times this game, 7 touches, 20 yards. So solid output from him for sure.
This should be the final play of the first quarter. Give me another handoff up the middle to Robert Johnson. That'll bring the first quarter to a close. You're watching the SFL on Twitch. The Lycans are on top of the Gladiators, 24-0. It's a bloodbath here in Los Angeles. We'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back, everyone. Bit of a milestone update. Sully Richardson has crossed the 13,000-yard threshold in just 1 quarter of play. The man's been on fire and does not seem to be slowing down anytime soon. Give me another throw. Nice little flat route. Gain of 5. First down for the Lycans. On third downs, he seemed to really like that sort of route to guys like Davius Reed or Tommy Rahman.
Yeah, and just utilizing, Tommy Rahman's incredible dynamic, athleticism in those kind of plays, with the short passes, his ability to run after the pass.
Handoff up the middle to Robert Johnson again. It's going to be a gain of 3 on the play. 2nd and 7. Kind of an interesting little tidbit about this series. Back when LA was the Wildcats, in 4 of the past 5 games between these two teams, at least one of the two has broken 30 points in these contests. That obviously dates back to when LA was in Chicago, and this is a battle of the Midwest. Now you could say it's a battle between the two teams that have hosted the Rams. Hand off to Robert Johnson. Again, he's actually going to lose a yard. 3rd and 7. Tackle made by Freeman Pelletier, the corner.
Well, at the very least, this is the first drive where St. Louis so far seems to have been able to keep LA still in their half, despite being 6, 7, 8 plays deep.
Yeah, they've really throttled the LA offense so far. Pump fake from Sully Richardson, throws deep over the middle. That's going to be picked off. The St. Louis defense finally gets something going, and they're sending it the other way. Sully Richardson threw a bomb up, but unfortunately it just was a bit short of his intended target. Looked to be number 86, Jack Flasher. No, that's Davius Reed. And number 26 for the Gladiators, Rolger Law, formerly Houston Hyena, comes away, and the Gladiators are back on the ball.
Absolutely, you're correct. It was underthrown, but not only that, credit to Rolger Law just jumping on that, the path of the ball. He's on there on time, makes a huge play. Incredible.
Gonna be a little play action, throws deep, and it's going right back to the Lycans. I don't, Mark, I'm not exactly sure why the Gladiators keep going to that play action pass, because every time it seems to be going right into the hands of an LA Lycan, this time to Thomas Rahman Jr.
It almost looks like Christian Brown is trying to play for LA. He's auditioning to play for LA, and he shows you that, yes, he can make the passes to LA players. But that's not the kind of play you want to be doing this game. It is unfortunate for St. Louis that they have had 4 interceptions, and it's not yet the middle of the second quarter.
Under center is Sully Richardson going deep, and he's going to punish Christian Brown, getting it right to the 33-yard line. Catch was made by Jack Flash, the tight end.
I mean, I was about to say the LA Rams, the LA Lycans, just playing with such flashy plays. Look at that throw. And yeah, you're right. Punishing is probably the right word. They're catching them off guard, and they're making the most out of it. They're doing really good, LA.
Under center is Sully Richardson. It's going to be a handoff on the delay to Robert Johnson. Gain of 4. Robert Johnson, he hasn't really gotten any big flashy runs per se, but he has been exactly what you need out of a running back. Just simple, easy 4 to 5 yard runs from basically just falling forward.
Absolutely. And he just adds that extra factor of keeping his legs churning.
All you want from a halfback and more. Empty backfield look for Sully Richardson. Throws over the middle. Tipped, intercepted the tip drill from the Gladiators. And it seems to be that this game is becoming a bit of a pick fest.
It is. And nobody looked now. If anyone can guess the number of interceptions we've had so far, look at.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I know it's at least more than 5. I'm not going to say any more. I'm going to let the chat kind of throw out their guesses.
And when we come back, we're gonna reveal the answer, unless this one ends in an interception as well.
Oh, we'll have to see. Christian Brown looking around, throws it over the middle. That's going to be caught. First down and correct to the mighty Joe Young. It is so far 6 interceptions between these two teams, and we're not even halfway through the second.
Unfortunately for St. Louis, LA has been on the better receiving end of that, scoring 24 points, 3 winning drives out of interceptions.
Gonna be a straight stand up and hit as he throws, but able to get it off. I like to think that Bill Cherry was just kind of there by happenstance. He was meaning to throw it deeper, but it just kind of got hit, but landed right in the hands of Bill Cherry, 2nd and 7.
A better tinfoil theory is that he saw the future and he placed himself at the exact spot he had to be to get that ball.
Hey, you know what? Maybe he does have some time traveling capabilities. 2nd and 7. Christian Brown making some adjustments to the line. And it's going to be a handoff to Cairo Martinez up the middle, and Cairo Martinez batters through for a 1st down.
With the fury of the Martinez clan, he just, oh my goodness, yeah, he just powered through. You're right, he just battered through them because he just goes through several defenders. 1, 2. Well, I believe the replay didn't show the first guy he went through, but that was an incredible run. That's what they want to see more consistently. I think maybe shying away from the pass game has been their issue so far.
Well, they ain't gonna lean off it just yet. Throws on the side, gain of 5 on the play. Christian Brown leaning into more of like just these simple little dink and dunk throws to hopefully get some confidence back.
That's true. I guess correction on what I mentioned earlier. It's not that they have to shy away from passing. Let's just shy away from the reckless, targets down the field that end up in interceptions. We saw that those short passes, very successful with them.
Hand off to the fullback, Bill Cherry. Gain of 2 on the play, makes it 3rd down and 2. Actually, no, that was Cairo Martinez lining up a bit farther forward in the I position. Third and 2 on the play. 2 wide at the top, 1 wide at the bottom for the Gladiators. Gonna be a little play action, and I know how this ends. It ends in a great reception down to LA's 22. They've tried that and tried that and tried that throughout the entire game. Hasn't worked so far, but Paul Delavue's down.
Okay, so it doesn't end in an interception, but at what cost? St. Louis, they cannot catch a break, Jack. They finally converted on a huge pass play, but they lose a player. Hopefully, it's not a big deal. It looked like it was off of a tackle, actually. So we will see if we have any updates. St. Louis is hoping that Delavu will return for their team. He has been a huge factor this game. The only target reception so far.
It does look like he just got the wind knocked out of him. Short throw from Christian Brown. Gain of 6 on the play up to LA's 17-yard line. Catch made by Eagle Mondavi, now having to take over as wide receiver 1 after Paul Delavu got hurt.
Yeah, we'll see how they incorporate this into their game plan, and it might be a blessing in disguise. Maybe Eagle might break out for a huge game.
Snaps right where it needs to be. Throws. And he was behind the line. Eagle Mondavi gaining his 2nd reception today. Gain of 3, and it's going to make it 3rd and 1.
And ironically, Christian Brown, despite the struggles, has more yards than LA. We saw that in the little HUD pop-up right there. But yeah, you're right about that being behind the 10-yard line. Unfortunate for them, but guess who? We have Cairo Martinez in the backline to potentially convert in this third.
They're going to hand it off right to him. A little stutter step gets the 1st down and makes it 1st and goal to LA's 9-yard line. The Gladiators, so long as they don't turn the ball over, which has been a struggle for them this game, they will be getting some points on the board for the first time tonight.
Yeah, and if they can get a touchdown, much more wanted by them.
Christian Brown, short throw over the middle, and that's going to be incomplete. Deflection made by number 59, Smith, for the Lycans. Can't quite tell who that was intended for. Obviously, with Paul Delavu, to the best of our knowledge, still out of the game. may have just been the backup. 2nd and goal from the 9. And it's going to be a little play action from Christian Brown. Throws in the flat, caught in bounds, 3rd and goal. Time is ticking down for St. Louis. We're about 4:20 remaining in the half. Bill Cherry on the reception gets a gain of what looks to be about 3 yards.
And Jack, I think this might be a critical play for them. If I'm St. Louis, I want to get a 7, at least 6. A 3 is nice, but given the score, 7 is much more likely preferred by them.
Looking around is Christian Brown. He's going to get ripped down, however. And it's going to bring up 4th and goal. St. Louis going to have to settle for just 3 instead of 7. Brogan Spira on the sack.
Yeah, that was a great sack right there. But now they're going for a field goal here. Yeah, they bring it up to 3 and 24. We have 3 minutes and a half in this quarter, Jack. I think, barring any weird thing happening, we might be going into the half 3 and 24. But LA has been on point this game, so we'll see if they can push their lead.
They've been on fire as Von Volkswinkel's field goal goes through. 24-3 is the current score as St. Louis finally gets on the board here in Los Angeles. And really, for the first time, it was a pretty successful drive, all things considered. Christian Brown now sitting at 148 yards compared to Sully Richardson's 124. Although you could probably more attribute that to the fact that Sully's just had a lot less yards to work with.
Absolutely. And also Kyra Martinez was a breakout on that drive.
LA taking it up to the 30. That's where they're going to set up shop. First and 10. Robert Johnson and Tommy Rahman in the backfield. And it's going to be a handoff on a little bit of a misdirection handoff. Gain of nothing on the play. Didn't fool St. Louis's defense.
Absolutely. They were not misdirected by that one. Great tackle right there. They want to keep the ball away from any scoring opportunities by LA. And with, clock ticking down for the first half, let's go back to the locker room with this score. Figure out how we can readjust for the next half.
2nd and 10. Sully Richardson going deep over the middle. That one was nearly a 3rd pick for him this quarter. And it's going to bring up 3rd down and 10.
And Sully Richardson, though, despite the 2 interceptions he's had, those 2 interceptions were his only incompletions. He is, before this incompletion at least, he was 9 for 11, good for more than 80% until that one.
3rd and 10, deep drop from Sully Richardson. He's going to go down for a sack. And finally, St. Louis has found their rhythm. And I think it's safe to say so far, Mark, unless something crazy happens, even though it's not really been much of a chip out of their deficit, they've certainly won this quarter.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they have won this quarter. But yeah, it is the kind of game that, you take a huge blow at the beginning, but how can you come back? How can you last the 12 rounds in a boxing match, as they say, and, edge out a win? They have an entire halftime break to think about it. And I think, Jack, I don't want to be too optimistic, but there is a chance. There's a tiny chance, but we've seen worse for sure.
Yeah, it would be a 24-point comeback for the Gladiators if they were to win this ball game. But don't put it past them. Anything is possible here in the Simulation Football League. And if there's any man who I think could lead it, it is Christian Brown.
By the way, interesting fact, that was the first punt of this game.
Interesting to know. Handoff right up the middle 2. Cairo Martinez just rambles through everything, and that's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. LA up 24-3. St. Louis, though, is driving, looking to make this game more respectable. You're watching the SFL on Twitch. We'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back, everyone. After the 2-minute warning, St. Louis on the ball, down 21 to the Los Angeles Lycans, who, after an explosive first quarter, have not done too much. You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music on Twitch. I'm Jack Brown alongside Mark Lopez, and we thank you for watching this SFL coverage tonight. Christian Brown, quick throw over the middle, and was that caught? No, it wasn't. A little bit too quick on the hands there for Eagle Mondavi. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Right, and you probably think that must have been the play that they designed with Delavu in mind. The Mondavi being only the number 2 receiver, unable to collect that ball, but still a chance. We'll see if they can score in the second quarter, the last 2 minutes of the game.
It's going to be a little play action handoff, throws down the side, and that one's going to be caught, first down.
Okay, I see. Great catch, though. Great catch in traffic, hit on his way down. And this is Phil Koss. Wow, great. Yeah, I'd say just great catch. Right there, nothing more to say.
That play action pass was what often got them into trouble so far, but it does seem they've kind of worked out the kinks with that play and that formation, and they seem to be working well again. Christian Brown throws down the sideline. That one's going to be caught. Spin move from Eagle Mondavi down to the 11-yard line. Minute 17 and counting remaining in this first half.
Yep, an Eagle making it work for his team, making huge catches. We saw one he dropped, but I feel like I've seen him make a lot of those big plays.
Christian Brown waiting in the pocket, makes a smart throw.
Ooh.
And it's going to be ticking away. They still have all 3 timeouts, remember, folks. Looking around as Christian Brown throws the back of the end zone, tipped up and picked off by the Lycans. That is his 5th interception of the day, and it's our lucky 7th one tonight between these two squads. Quarterback play not exactly being at its prime.
Not quite so, Jack. And that ball was actually thrown to a spot where there were at least twice as more blue uniforms than there were silver. Terrible, tough luck for St. Louis. LA, let's see what they can do with 40 seconds left.
Deep drop for Sully Richardson, throws on the flat, gets it over, and it's going to be a gain of 1. Paul Delavu, and he's going to be out the remainder of this game with a fractured arm. Ouch.
Definitely a blow to St. Louis's offense. Eagle Mondavi, though, has been solid in the few times he was targeted this game. So come second half, look to see him as a major contributor.
And it looks like they are just going to hand it off one final time and take it into the half to Robert Johnson. That's going to bring us to halftime. The Lycans up 24-3, not scoring a single point after an on-fire first quarter. And, Mark, so far, this has been quite the interesting game. On the stats, you would think it would be a lot closer because obviously Christian Brown having a lot more yards in the air than Sully Richardson, as the main stat sheet doesn't come up. And it looks like we're just jumping straight into second half action. We change ends, and everything else is changing. St. Louis gets the ball to start.
Yep, they just had a quick water break and they're back.
Kick is on the tee for Rob Ems. And the second half is underway. Taking it about the goal line, taking it past 10, 15, 20 at the 20. Meanwhile, in the other game, it's currently Baltimore 27, Portland 14. Baltimore, who laid the beatdown on LA last week, must be looking at their little quarter score graphic in the other game being like, well, what happened to LA after last week? Let's be thankful we got them last week instead of this week. First and 10 for Christian Brown. Deep drop for the lad, goes towards the sideline, gonna be caught in bounds, does a little spin for show, and it's gonna be 2nd and 3. Hand off to Cairo Martinez. Cairo Martinez should a tackler. Oh, he's running. He's running. He's not going to be gone, though. Only gets across the 50 up to the 42.
They got up to him, not able to win the foot race, but a huge run by him, his biggest so far in this game. But yeah, that's what I was saying. Cairo Martinez is the X factor that St. Louis has for this game. He has been looking solid, and I expect Jack for, if they don't pass it, he's just going to be, a huge start to every first down attempt.
Ball's on LA's 42. Little play action from St. Louis. Throws it on the flat, caught in bounds. Nice. 2nd and 4. Tackle was made there by number 27 for the Lycans.
Christian Brown right there showing his composure, going through his reads. I think that might have been option number 3 or 4. But, that's what you want to see, though, is being able to have at least one option open, and he makes the right throw, makes a good catch.
Short drop for Christian Brown, throws over the middle, caught, first down to LA's 26. Thinking to himself, hey, if they had an explosive first quarter last half, maybe I can have an explosive first quarter of this half.
Oh, yeah. Anything can happen, as we said, and they might pull it off this quarter as well. That was Guy Clausen at the catch, by the way. Great catch.
Play action once again from St. Louis. Somehow avoids that sack. Still in the pocket. Doesn't avoid it. 1-2. Oh. He had just ran past him, and then was just like, oh, wait, I can turn around and go for round 2 as James Richards, the big man, missed the first time, comes around for round 2 and wins.
Yeah, there's always a second chance, and he makes the most of it.
2nd down and 12 for the Gladiators. Deep drop once again from Christian Brown. Throws a short, caught. Going to be gain of, looks to be about 10 or so. No, that's about like 7. 3rd down and 5 on the play. Christian Brown throws in the middle. Nice job threading the needle up to the 5-yard line. Last time they were in this position, it didn't end exactly well, but this time, hey, it could be different.
Yep, and I feel like anytime he tried threading the needle, it ended up as an interception, but this time comes away with a catch, and this is probably the best chance they have for going over the end zone.
The best chance they've had so far today for St. Louis. 2 wide to the bottom, 1 wide to the top. Gonna be a little play action. Throws the end zone. Tipped around, and who caught it? Nobody.
Nobody.
2nd and goal.
Wow. Just tension in the air anytime Christian Brown throws a pass. There's just so much tension. Who got it? Is it still in the air? Did it hit the ground? Is it an interception? St. Louis breathed a sigh of relief. They have another chance.
Low snap for Christian Brown. Looking around. Throws down the side, and it's going to be a loss of 1 at that. 3rd and goal.
And huge credit to the LA defense right there, just covering everyone in the backfield. The Cherry was open, as a safety valve, but the closeout was so quick.
3rd and goal. St. Louis. Everyone's on the line except for Cairo. Christian Brown has all the time in the world, and it's going to be almost intercepted again. A bit of a tip drill, but it's going to be 4th and goal, and St. Louis, they're going to send out the field goal unit.
Either I was colorblind, or I actually didn't see a single gray uniform where he threw that ball. But yeah, tough luck. At least at 3 points, much better than the previous drive where they were so close and it ended in an interception. So 6:24, still a huge mountain to climb. But still, again, a long battle is still for this.
Huge but manageable as the kick is through from von Wolfswinkel, and it's going to be 24-6. What will they make of the kickoff? As it is away, taken at the 10-yard line for the Lycans. And it's going to be taken up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, Jack, LA were stifled in the second quarter despite the first quarter's incredible, dynamic show of offense. So will St. Louis show up again on defense this quarter? I think so. I think they can do it.
Hand off to Robert Johnson, gets the outside, gains a yard. 31 yards and 14 carries, averaging just a little over 2 yards per carry for him so far this game. Been playing very well just as a utility.
Right. But this is what St. Louis is looking for, really, just stopping any huge opening plays for each first down. And they did only allow 1 yard on that one, so solid tackle.
Short drop, and it's going to be thrown, nearly intercepted. But Sully Richardson, he's a man who likes to take chances when he throws the ball. And I don't think there was a greater chance than that. Incomplete is the call.
No, I think he got it because he pushed
he did.
to 3rd and 4. Wow.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Sometimes the risk-taking pays off. 3rd down and 4. Hand off to Robert Johnson. He's going to get pummeled in the backfield, 4th and 6.
And how about that? St. Louis forcing another punt, another 3 and out for LA. I believe LA's last drive in the previous half also ended in a 3 and out or 4 and out. Nope, sorry, it ended in 5 plays before the end of the half. But that's right. Before that end of the half, it was a 3 and out. Now another 3 and out for them. St. Louis really holding down on the defensive end.
That they have. And they're just looking to keep themselves hanging on by a thread to this ball game. First and 10. Play action from St. Louis, looking around, throws short, and there's not going to be much more out of that. 2nd and 9.
definitely not much more happening for St. Louis. Kind of lucky that they get a yard out of that because the receiver was not going anywhere, running horizontally instead of vertically, not gaining any yards. We'll see if they can make a bigger play for this play.
And off to Cairo Martinez, and Martinez gains 3 on the play. 3rd and 6 now for the Gladiators. Or no, that was Bill Cherry, I'm sorry.
Ooh. Flashes of some good blocking right there, actually, and Bill Cherry making the most out of it, running to the side, getting a few yards for their team. This is now 3rd and medium, more manageable, definitely, for St. Louis.
Going to be another throw from Christian Brown coming up, unless he goes down, which he will. Loss of 2 on the play. The Gladiators now having to punt it again. 4 minutes and change remaining here in the 3rd quarter.
All right, so our little guessing game for the number of interceptions earlier was is easy. Everyone got the answer right away. But can you guess how many sacks both quarterbacks have had in this game so far? The answer to that coming up after the next drive ends.
Well, that's a hard number I've not even been keeping a hard count on, so it'll be interesting to see what our chat here comes up with. 1st and 10 for the Lycans, and Sully Richardson looking to get a little bit more of a spark coming out of the offense, but we'll have to see. Sully Richardson looking around, deep in the pocket, throws on the flats, nearly 1st down, gain of 9 on the play.
Wow, I think the story of that play was he was nearly sacked. The receiver was nearly hit by a rushing defender. The closeout was nearly there to deflect the ball, but it ended in a 9-yard catch and just pieces falling for LA on that one.
Second down and 1. Sully going under center. Deep drop for Sully, gets the 1st down, and will he get any more yards? No, actually, yeah, that'll be about 4 or 5 yards. Tommy Rahman, the primarily receiving fullback, I can't believe I'm saying that, gets the 1st down.
And surprisingly, that is only his, I believe, 2nd reception this game, despite the previous game having, I believe, 18 receptions for 100-something yards.
Hand off of the middle to Robert Johnson. That's his, that would make it a 20th reception of his career. I don't know if there's a hard stat on that, but that has to be among the quickest to 20 receptions for a fullback in SFL history. It has to be. 2nd and 5 now, as LA's finally getting things moving on the St. Louis half of the field. Hand off to Robert Johnson. Robert Johnson! Oh, he murdered someone on that field.
The disrespect just drives the guy down to the ground with no regard for human life. Oh my goodness.
3rd down and 1. Richardson under center. Hand off to Robert Johnson. Not going to go. 4th and 1. What a stop.
Staunch defense by St. Louis, putting up a huge wall between just 1 yard away. And yeah, solid defense right there, Jack. I think, this is definitely, I'm not sure this is within field goal range. It's not. They're going for a punt. But another good stop by St. Louis. They might be pinned very close to their end zone, but still an opportunity for them.
Punt is away, and it's going to be taking a Lycans bounce to the 10, down to the 5, slid! Oh, he couldn't get it!
Oh, no. Oh, no. But hey, this is good news for St. Louis, am I right?
Yeah, hey, try to go over the slide, get as close to the goal line as possible, pick the legs up, hope that you don't get too far in, and it's going to be 1st and 10 on the 20. Short drop from Christian Brown, and it's going to be A pass incomplete. Actually, to answer a question from earlier, Mark, how many sacks have we seen so far?
And the correct answer to that was 7. There were 7 sacks. Sully Richardson stacked 4 times. Christian Brown stacked 3 total times. And I don't think we had a winner in the chat.
No, I don't think so either.
That was a near sack too in the previous play. Lucky to get the ball away though. So still standing at 7 total sacks.
We did see both 6 and 8 sacks, but not 7. Sidearm throw from Christian Brown, and that's going to be caught first down, too. Looking like Patrick Mahomes or Matt Stafford with a throw like that.
Oh yeah, just showing his athleticism and the kind of pass where when you see it happen and it connects, it's like, whew, just so impressive.
Yeah, just like, wow. Handoff up the middle to Cairo Martinez. Gain of 5 on the play.
And still solid as ever. Every time he's handed the ball in the first play of every first down.
As the graphic shows in the bottom there, Ryan Yosef already has 2 interceptions today, looking to add a third. But so far, Christian Brown has not been given the ball away like it's candy. Throws deep over the middle, and look at that, over to the 38-yard line of LA and to Eagle Mondavi.
Thrown with the confidence of someone who doesn't have 5 interceptions already. And I just like the guts that Christian Brown is playing despite, the shortcomings earlier in the first half. He just makes that look easy. And he makes a connection.
Yeah, been knocked down a few times, but he gets back up again. 24-6 is the score here at the SFL on Twitch. We'll be right back with you after these messages. Welcome back, everyone. It is 24-6. LA still holding a pretty commanding lead in this ball game. Handoff to Cairo Martinez, not going to gain anything. 2nd and 10. Tackle made by Moore Rivers.
Moore Rivers doing good so far this game. That is his first credited tackle so far. Speaking of people who are doing good on the tackle side, Rachel Colson apparently already has 10 solo tackles, involving 12 total tackles.
I mean, hey, that's just the girl power that we like to see here in the SFL. Hit as he throws, tipped up in the air, nearly a 6th interception for Christian Brown. Still playing, though, like he hasn't had a single one today.
Absolutely. Had a extra safety been there where the ball landed, it would have been an easy pick. But they're counting their lucky stars, St. Louis. They are going for 3rd and 10, an obvious pass play. Will LA come away with an interception?
Play action from St. Louis. Hit as he throws. That's incomplete. 4th and 10.
And now, LA this time answering with a solid defensive, showing of their own. I mean, they did have a solid defense. They did force 5 interceptions, but first time in a while that they prevented St. Louis going. The first time since the 2nd quarter. They've allowed St. Louis beyond, this far in the field.
High snap, and the punt is good. Gonna take a gladiator, bounce it around the 10, down to the 5, 4 into the end zone. It's gonna bring it out to the 20 for the Lycans.
First and 10 from 20-yard line.
Under center is Richardson. Hands off to Robert Johnson. Sheds a few tacklers. Gains 3 on the play.
Absolutely showing his ear muscle right there. Let's see, how many rushing yards does he have, Robert Johnson? 19 attempts, 42 rushing yards. A quiet 2.2 yards per carry, but he has provided just enough for them to be in this position.
2nd and 7. Handoff once again to Robert Johnson. Leans forward for the first down. That looked like what happened when a lot of the teams played by high school. Just barrel through the defense. Could put no effort, get 5 or 6 yards.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, he uses his length to come away with the first down. Let's see, his height is 6 feet 1 inch. Not the tallest, but he makes the most out of every inch in that body.
Hand off up the middle to Robert Johnson, goes nowhere. 2nd and 10.
A good bright side on the St. Louis defense is the TFL. According to our stats people, who, by the way, are doing a great job, St. Louis has forced 9 tackles for losses against LA so far.
Gonna be another deep drop from Sully Richardson. Throws on the flat. Nearly catches Tommy Rahman off guard, but Tommy Rahman, he's a smart boy. He's eating his smart beans, and he's getting the catch, 3rd and 5.
But he have eaten his, I don't know, ramen?
Stop it.
I'm leaving the door. The door's wide open. I'm out of here.
Oh no, please don't. I would have to finish the game all by myself. 3rd down and 5. It's going to be a quick stand up for Sully Richardson. Pump fakes, throws, first down. Whoa, there's a penalty on the play, though. That's certainly interesting. Penalty was assessed right at the end of it, so maybe a late hit.
Perhaps.
Clipping.
Ooh.
Oh, it's against the Lycans.
Ooh, that wipes out the potential first down, conversion.
Yeah, the clipping was on Chris Lee. And so it's 3rd down, take 2 for Los Angeles. Hand off to Robert Johnson, and Robert Johnson just got laid out the second that he got the ball. Number 55, Igor Barbatov, woke up this morning and shows violence, and it's 4th and 17.
Yep, just an incredible athlete. What you throw that huge body against that running back, it looks unfair.
Punt is sky high from the Lycans. Taken at about the 40-something yard line up to the 42. 7:28 remaining in this ball game. And after that first quarter, it's been pretty much a stalemate between these two sides.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Makes you think that, a lot of the points by LA were from, I wouldn't like to call them flukes of, weird stuff happening, but if you erase those, like the very low scoring game.
First and 10. Throws, caught, and it's going to be a first down and a yard or 2 on top of it.
Yeah, and let's see right there. It's a great pass, a good, solid 11, 12-yard reception right there. But it's just the the 5 interceptions by Christian Brown is what's really sort of, led to this position they are in.
And it's going to be nothing more, nothing less. Second down and 10. Stinson on the tackle.
Still credit to the LA defense, still doing their job late in the game. They've dragged this on for so long.
Second and 10 is going to be a play action from St. Louis. Short throw over the middle. Not really much of a gain. Gain of 3, actually. 3rd and 7, balls on LA's 44.
Yeah, Jack, I feel like these kind of plays are good, are solid, if we are still in the first half, and if the score's not 6-24. Unfortunately, they might need to pick up the pace. 6 minutes left in the game, and they're down this much.
Another play action from St. Louis. Throws it down the flat, tipped away, incomplete. 4th and 7.
I believe that was player number 25 on the pass deflection. And yeah, stifled another drive for St. Louis, and LA looking to seal out a win, preventing any potential comeback that the broadcast booth has been craving for.
4th down and 7. Graham Northrup out with another attempted punt. And it's going to be a nice little sky-high one. Fair caught at about the 10-yard line. Make it 12. 5:56 remaining in this ball game, folks. And if you weren't here earlier and wondering how things got this way, it was looking like it was going to be just an absolute blowout at the beginning of this ball game.
I mean, it sort of still is. 24-6 is several, touchdown scores, but all those 24 points were only in the first quarter.
Yeah, since then, the LA offense has been pretty dang quiet as Sully Richardson throws over the middle and gains 4 on the play on the nice little dump-off throw to Darius Reed.
Yep, and as you said, quiet from LA, just that St. Louis unable to make the most out of the quietness of LA, only scoring 6 points since the 24 of LA.
Standing right up to Sully Richardson, throws and finds a nice little spot in the defense. Found where it was softest and attacked like heck. Gains about 20 yards on the play, says Chris Lee.
Yeah, that's the kind of passing game, the flashes of just solid passing that they showed in the first quarter. They're showing it here again. They got out of the shadow of their end zone, and now very hard. They're just gonna keep driving the ball to their backs, their running backs, their fullbacks.
At this point, it's just draining time off the clock. Sully Richardson going deep, tipped up in the air, and it's gonna be a incomplete pass. Tried it to Jack Flash, the tight end. Not often you see tight ends going on deep routes like that, but that time it did not work out.
Yeah, LA just proving me wrong at every corner, just being so aggressive on that one, despite their heavy lead. Yeah, and you're right, Jack Flash could have almost had that, but still, they're here. More time to drain. It looks like they might be doing that for this play.
Handoff of the middle to Robert Johnson on the second down carry. 3rd and 9. Up to the 35-yard line. Third and 9 for the Lycans. Goes over, caught in bounds, and oh no, it was incomplete. Intended for Chris Lee, who almost had it. 4th and 9, and Towin having to go back out once again.
And another stalled drive. So, despite everything, I think the bright spot still, Jack, is this defense. The St. Louis defense, had they woken up a few hours earlier, they're staunch. They've had sacks on Sully Richardson. They've given him a couple interceptions. They were just let down by their own team's interceptions as well.
Snaps right where it needs to be, and the punt is away. To be fair, caught at the 28-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Gladiator.
First and 10 from 29 yards.
Gladiators looking to take this one to the air. Not a lot of time left for them to come back if they want. Throwing it deep over the middle. Christian Brown. That's his 6th interception. Ding, ding, ding. We finally get it, folks. And LA's defense goes back, takes to the skies, and so does Rachel Colson, looking like her day is back as a Carolina Skyhawk, and just grabs that one from out of the air.
Keep in mind, this is her 2nd interception. Her first one was for a pick 6. Boy, the impact that Rachel Colston has for this team, for the defensive end. And yeah, Crazy 8s on chat, says it nicely. Just the LA secondary is taking away all of the chances that St. Louis has had. I agree with that. They're just on point with these interceptions.
Handoff, gonna be a cheeky little handoff up the middle to Robert Johnson, as they're now just looking to burn out the clock.
3 on the play. Number 42, credited with the tackle. Second and 7 from 35 yards.
2nd and 8 now, 3:30 in the game left. Going to be another handoff to Robert Johnson. Gain of 4 on the play. 3rd and 4 for the Lycans.
Yards on the play. Number 21 with the tackle.
Yeah, and this will just end up LA as LA planned, just gonna drain the clock with Robert Johnson for the rest of the game. You got 3 minutes left. There are still a lot of timeouts for St. Louis, but at this point, it is a little too late. In the last interception, a huge blow to their confidence for this game as well.
Still is some time left to at least put some points up on the board. Handoff to Robert Johnson once again, and he's not going to get anywhere going. 4th and 4, and they might trot out Robert Johnson.
No gain on the play. Number 1 is back to attempt a field goal. from
Ooh.
39 yards.
Going for a kick in this one.
On the hold.
Interesting call. I mean, it's not that far out. It looks like it'll be just shy of 50 yards, but that will take us to the 2-minute warning, folks. LA looking to extend their lead, get another field goal. It's 24-6 here on the SFL on Twitch. We'll be right back after these messages. All right, everybody, welcome back. Rob M's out to attempt the 48-yard field goal. Snap's a bit low. It's got all the time in the world. Kick is up and on its way, and it is good. 27-6.
Nice. And of course, they end the game by padding the score up to 27 and score off of another interception. This kind of the story this game, just LA scoring off of interceptions, including a pick six. If you're St. Louis, Jack, I think this is only week 2, and in fact, I feel like when you make mistakes early on the season, when you fail early on, you have more of an opportunity to find where you're lacking and improve on them, I think, Jack. And for St. Louis, this is definitely such an opportunity for them.
Couldn't agree with you more, especially, imagine just the morale boost LA must be feeling right now after getting demolished last week
Oh
and
yeah.
now coming out and just, I wouldn't say, utterly demolishing St. Louis, especially after the first quarter, but this is a very convincing win.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And if one team can do it, St. Louis can look at that and say, yeah, we can do it too. We can come back next week.
And it's going to be another play action, thrown over, caught in bounds. They're going to have to bring out the hurry up because it's under 2 minutes and they still have all 3 timeouts.
They're going to play this with the aggressiveness of trying to win because they want to go over to the next week with good morale.
That they do. Thrown over the middle. It's going to be tipped up in the air, nearly picked off. Not quite everything going their way as the other game is going to overtime here, folks. 30-30 between the Vultures and the Fleet over on For the Fans. However, we do encourage you to stay here and see if St. Louis can at least put double-digit points up on the board. High snap for Christian Brown. Throws over the middle. Caught inbounds.
Ow!
The 1st and 10. And they're still just draining time off the clock. I'm surprised they're even doing throws over the middle at this point. All time in the world, that's the sort of throw you want to be making, but not able to get out of bounds quite in time. And I wonder if they're aware they have all 3 of their timeouts left because they're going into the hurry-up like they have none. Snaps a bit low, throws to the sideline, and it's going to be another tackle in bounds.
They're going.
They're still going. They're milking this clock. And I'm surprised they're doing that, considering, how much time is left, how many timeouts they have. Deep throw over the middle, and that one looked to be almost an interception inside the 30. The Lycans, they call their first timeout, finally.
That's true. A little bit of time management as well is another point of improvement, probably, but, that's still some good passing right there. The past few plays, you're right, they could have called a timeout there, but it's still the connections were being made, including that last long one. So if they can score big on this drive, confidence booster.
Less than a minute remaining in this ball game. Snaps where it needs to be for Christian Brown. Throws to the outside. Can he get out of bounds? Yes, he will, but no yards gained. Could have easily gained 2 or 3 and still step out of bounds as Cairo Martinez.
Cairo Martinez also quietly has 10 attempts, 60 yards on his running game. And 19 yards off of 5 receptions and the few passes he's had. So contributed here and there. 80 total yards from him. So solid showing, I guess.
Second and 10, throws towards the sideline, caught in bounds, and they're going to have to go out in the hurry up. 36 seconds and counting remaining in the ball game. Christian Brown still in the shotgun after the hurry up. Gonna be another little play action. Throws the sideline, and it's gonna be out of bounds. 4th and 4.
Out of bounds, but you wanted to catch it inbounds before going out of bounds. But still, 4th and 4. This is their last chance. Oh, interesting. I felt like that was way out of bounds when that catch was made.
Well, we'll have to see for ourselves. So let's see. Mondavi looking around, and nope, that was very clearly out of bounds.
After review, the play stands. The pass was incomplete. The catch was
And
made out of bounds.
James Richards clapping on the sidelines as St. Louis having to burn another timeout.
I believe, would they burn a timeout if the booth reviewed that? I believe that was a booth review rather than
Yeah.
a flag being tossed. But as a result, they do keep their timeout, Jack, and that did stop the clock for them.
That it did. Snaps where it needs to be. Deep throw over the middle.
Wow.
Caught. Touchdown, St. Louis. Finally, Eagle Mondavi and the Gladiators find the end zone. And that should put a good cap to a game that, for them, has not been that great.
It was not great until that one pass play. Great confidence right there in Eagle Mondavi. He just found a route that made himself open, collect the ball, touchdown for their team. And yeah, that was a great solid play, solid drive.
Kick is up and through. 13-27 is your current score. And, I wouldn't be surprised if St. Louis comes out in the onside this time.
Oh yeah, it'll be a very tough stretch. They do have 2 timeouts, but with 23 seconds, they need the miracle of a lifetime. There would be 2 onside kicks potentially to come back.
Kick is away and it's up high. LA recovers it, and that's ball game.
All will be placed around 37 yards.
LA coming out in the best formation in football when you're in it, the victory formation. And they're going to cause St. Louis to burn these final 2 timeouts. Once again, we were talking about this earlier, Mark, but they have been just on fire defensively throughout these 4 quarters. The offense kind of sputtered out after the first quarter, but honestly, just any sort of win, especially one as convincing as this, is huge for morale.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And for LA, it was in fact a huge loss last week. And you're right, when you're down from a huge loss, what you need is a morale boost. Still, I think there are points of improvement, Jack. A lot of 3rd down conversions that were not converted, but a lot of solid points. I think their defense is good. You mentioned that as well. Rochelle Colston, probably the star of this game tonight. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. For St. Louis, though, they're going to need a bit of morale searching for themselves coming off the off week, leading off to next week. And early on the season, it's the best time to be down and to come back up.
Yeah, for these 2 teams, they head into convention week with a lot to learn and a lot more to figure out. For the Lycans, it's now minor tweaks. For St. Louis, well, they have a few more major lessons to learn, especially on the passing front. 360 yards total, or 354 total from Christian Brown, but 1 touchdown to 6 interceptions. No matter what, that is not good.
Well, that is definitely the story of the tape. Where the interceptions, you got to give credit to LA's defense making those interceptions and then converting on them, making the most of your opportunities. And I think that's going to be a mark of every good team, is to make the most of your opportunities. LA did it. St. Louis gave them the opportunities. Moving forward, who's going to have those opportunities and who can make the most out?
Yeah, those are all the lessons that really these teams need to learn going forward. For LA, still though, big morale boosting win, and it should carry them into next week just swellly. And really, now discussion turns, of course, Mark, to the player of the game honors. And honestly, I would have to give it to Rochelle Colston. She had easily the best overall performance tonight of anyone here.
I couldn't agree more. The defense was the total standout. And if the defense received Player of the Game awards, Rochelle Colston would be it for me. Offensively, LA did what they took they started so many times just so close to the end zone, and so you look at their numbers, it's not a lot, but it's not a lot because their defense, boy, ooh, wonderful.
Yeah, been perfect all around. Let's see who the player of the game is here, folks. And it is Rochelle
Ooh.
Colston, a free
Yeah.
safety, a defensive player of the game. That's what we love to see around here, folks. But I'm Jack Brown alongside Mark Lopez, Rochelle Colston herself, alongside Shane Kaufman, making us sound smart on the stats truck. And we thank you all for watching tonight and have a wonderful week. The SFL will see you on Friday night and Saturday for the SFL convention and a heck of a lot more.